Assalamu alaikum. In this video we are going to create a time trial UI, and actually we have that UI already existing in the in time trial scenes, but I want to manipulate it, so little bit addition we want to do. So let's go to this time trial, scene 2 time trial and scene 1 time trial, and here you can see that inside the canvas we have where is time trial. Okay, time trial panel, gold medal panel and silver medal panel, and okay, actually we are showing this thing, and these three. So what we can do, we can just enable this one by one, and let's enable it. And I will not make too much modifications, so let's go back, and inside the sprites I just bring this texture. So let's select this one, gold medal, also this one and this one, and for the background image we'll just add this texture. So now it should have this texture, and if we just want to check it out, and white, and then you can see that this nice texture is visible. So let's select both these three, and let's make it white, and opacity to something like 170. Okay, so that's good. And for this we'll just add the opacity to 170 as well. So now we have a nice texture, and actually we can extend it as well. So I will make it a little bit bigger. So for the time I will just starting lights, I will just disable this in the beginning, and if I will just test it out. If we play the time trial, the lights should be visible. So let's see. Lights are not visible, so this is a problem. So if, for example, the lights are not visible inside the in the beginning, then we have this problem. So we can actually fix this problem, and in the starting light script I will fix this problem later on, no problem. So for time I will just go to gold, bronze, medal, and let's make it active, and silver, bronze panel, and okay, this is the top panel. So this one, gold medal, and I will just bring these images out. Okay, it needs to open the prefab, so let's select it, let's right click, and let's go to prefab and completely. So now we will just select it, add it here, and now for this panel we will just make it bigger like this, and for the text inside this we will just adjust it. Before that I will just check out the size, so that the size should be same for all three panels. So I think this much size is good, and here is the scale. So you can see that y-axis is manipulated, so we'll just copy this y-axis. Let's bring these outside, and also this outside, and we'll select this and this panel, and we'll just paste the values, and if we enable it, you can see that now the panels are quite good and actually bigger than before. So now we will select bronze and add it to bronze panel, select silver, add it to silver panel again, and for the gold we will just select everything and just move back to gold. Now we will just move this text and the star to the top, approximately here is good, and we will just add one another object. So let's go to UI button, and this button will be the continue button, or you can say okay, you can just we will just use continue button, and for this button we can use the background mesh, and I think for buttons we are using this one, so let's add this one, and yeah, that's good. So before manipulating it, I will just let's make it bigger. So let's make it bigger. So here you can see the size of the button, so I will just make it bigger, maybe like this, and to the Y scale like this, and now we can just add it here maybe. And for the text we will just right click here, UI legacy text, and we will just name it continue text, and then we can add this text to the button. We'll just make it reset, and it will be inside the position will be set up. And now we will just go to wrap, our flow is added, and then we will just select the black color, and for some reason the text is not visible. Okay, the text is visible actually, but here, so the bounds are too big, so we'll just select the bounds, and let's make it small like this. And definitely we need to change the font, so we'll just select the font, this one, good time, and let's make it continue. So continue. Okay, so that's great. So now we have a nice continue button. So we will just duplicate this button. Before that I will okay, let's rename it to okay, let's don't rename it, just keep it like this, and we will just add it inside the gold panel. And now we can duplicate it, and we can I will just hide the gold panel from instance, and now we will select the silver panel, and this button we will just bring it here inside the silver panel. And also for the text we'll just bring this thing up. And now for the button, this button, continue button, and I will just name it silver, although you can keep the same names. And then we will just duplicate the button again, and let's bring it in bronze, and I will just hide this panel. Let's activate this panel, and for the bronze we'll just select the bronze image, let's add it here. And now for the continue we'll just rename it to bronze like this, and now you can see we have a nice UI. Okay, this UI is also updated, and if you move back to another time trial, you will see the same UI, but definitely for the functions we will have to add some functions manually. So now we will just hide it as well. And okay, now we have opened the scene 2 time trial, but here you can see that the canvas is not updated at all. So usually this happens in Unity, and what we will do, we will just go to prefabs, and actually what I did is that I just created canvas scene 2 time trial, and actually I just created this canvas. I will just delete it and I will show you what I mean. So here for this canvas I will just rename this canvas to canvas scene 2 time trial, because sometimes whenever we update prefab it didn't happens in real time. So that's why I am creating separate canvas for the scene 2 time trial. And we can actually sorry, my mouse problem, so we can actually bring this here in the prefabs, original prefab, and now we can actually unpack the prefab completely, and we will repeat the process. So for this UI we will also create the button and other things as well. So here we will just go to canvas, UI, and button, and I will repeat the same thing for this UI as well. So here I will just name it continue button, and I will just move back to surprise, and after setting up these things I will resume the video. So now I have created everything, and I've just adjusted all the UIs, and the final thing is for this continue button. So what we can do, we can actually create a function in the script. So inside UI script I have added scene management on the top, because whenever you move from scenes this is important, and then we will just come in the bottom, and I have created a very simple function, public void continue button function, and we are calling scene manager dot load scene, and index will be 1. So you will go to Unity, you will just go to build settings, and you can check the index here. So we are going to raise track selection when we will see that panel, the panel. So now we will select all these 3 buttons. So let's continue button bones, continue button, and this one. So we'll select all 3 buttons, and we will add on click function, and we will add UI to this, because this script is added to UI, this canvas. So we can go to UI script, and we have continue button function. So save it, and now everything is done for the second scene 2 time trial as well. So now we can go to scene 1, and if we go to scene 1 time trial, we have set up everything absolutely fine in this system as well. I will just recheck. So let's go to continue button, and you can see that we have right function. Okay, so that's it for this video. Next video we will move further. Goodbye.